everybody, my name is Brienne. You can also call me Owlco. I want to start this video off by thanking all of my subscribers and those who have recently subscribed to me. If you haven't heard from my social media, I was trying to meet the 1,000 subscribers threshold to stay in the YouTube Partnership Program by February 20th. Although I was 150 subscribers short, I am still trying to meet my goal of 1,000 subscribers to be able to reapply to the YouTube Partnership Program. So if you do want to help me out, please press the subscribe button below this video, and without further ado, let's get into the real reason why you're here. Alright, so since it is February, I wanted to share with you a story of how I got Carlo. It was actually a year ago on February 8th. He was about 4 months old. Right now he's not too happy right now just because he's in front of the camera. He's a little camera shy. But anyways, so I wanted to kind of tell you the whole story of like how I got Carlo, how my parents found out. So before I got Carlo, I had been doing like research for roughly about a year, and I've known people who have had chameleons. So at the time, I knew I was like ready. I really wanted to do it. I kind of consider Carlo as an impulse buy, just because I spent a lot of money on him, and yeah. Well, anyways, so one day I was just sitting on my couch on my laptop, and I came across this guy who was selling chameleons on Kijiji, which is a Canadian buy and sell website. And he was selling his chameleons for about $65, a little cheap, which I was kind of weary about, but he sold them at the right age, and he was very knowledgeable about chameleons when I asked him all these questions. So I kind of knew. I was like, yeah, I'd rather buy from a breeder than I would from a pet store. And so then I made an agreement to him where I would come and pick up the chameleon within a week, because he wasn't coming into my city where I live for some time. During that week period where I didn't have Carlo, I got ready and was I got my cage. I found it on Kijiji as well, and it was $150 Canadian, and it came with all the plants, vines, and the lighting. So I was like, wow, this is a great deal, because normally I think they were like close to $200 in the store. And sorry, right now Carlo, he has quite the grip on me. There you go, climb out of his hand. Bought my cage, like I said, off Kijiji, and I brought him home, and I snuck it into my house. My parents didn't know I brought a huge chameleon cage into my room, although eventually my mom found out, because she's a little bit more noisy, likes to clean in my and my sister's room a few times. And then I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a chameleon. Though she didn't tell my dad, and I wasn't going to tell my dad anytime soon, more so just because I knew he would probably say no, and I just didn't want to hear it, to be honest. So it wasn't until I bought my smaller cage for Carlo that my dad found out. And it's actually a lot funnier than, and a lot more like less stressful than I thought it was originally going to be. I had bought a smaller cage for Carlo just because I wanted to keep a close eye on him, make sure he was getting his food, making sure his urate was the right color and everything. I didn't want him to be sick when I first brought home a baby chameleon. So I wanted to keep a close eye on him. And so yeah, I was carrying this cage into my house, and I have to go through past the kitchen to go to my bedroom. And I have this cage, I'm literally like, have both my arms carrying it because it's so heavy, into my room, and I quickly run to my room. I come out of my room, and my dad was like, so, what were you carrying? And I was just like, it's a cage. And he's like, well, what do you need a cage for? And I'm like, well, because I got a chameleon. And then he lectured me saying that I don't need to have a pet because I'm not responsible. And I said, no. Carlo thinks I'm not responsible. Am I not responsible, baby? You want to go back in your cage? He just hissed at me. Anyways, so I told him that I want to be responsible and I want to care for a pet for my own. Feed him, bathe him, you know, the whole la-da-da. And he was like, okay. And I also already told them that I bought him already and I was no going back. So that's another reason why he was kind of okay with me having a chameleon. Oh no, look, he's now all... No. You a little bit more relaxed? No puffy anymore? Yeah? Yeah? But anyways, so once all is done and said and my parents kind of found out that I was getting chameleon, they weren't really quite too happy about it. But like I said, I already told them I bought it already. I just have to pick them up. I already spent all this money on my cages and all the equipment to properly house a chameleon that I was like, I'm not going back and I'm not going to sell this stuff. It's going to be a waste of money. So the day comes where I'm supposed to meet this guy to pick up Carlo, and it's so snowy outside and cold, and I was really scared because, as you know, chameleons, they don't do well in cold weather. So I met him in a parking lot outside a pet store, and he had Carlo in a little container with a bamboo stick. And I didn't get to choose him. Carlo chose me. So I took Carlo home. I put him in my sweater and my backpack just to make sure to try to keep the heat on. I had I put him right down by my heater in my car so that it can keep him warm. And I went to the pet store, grabbed crickets, came home, and got him all settled into his cage. And ever since then, he's been my little friend, my little chameleon. It's been a learning process for sure. I'm learning lots every day. I'm still learning things about chameleons that I don't know. But I'm happy to have had him for a year now. So like I said, I received Carlo last year on February 8th. And I think it's February 20th today. So it's just been a year and a few days since I have had Carlo in my possession. And I do hope to keep you, keep you for much longer than that. Yeah. Okay, baby. I want to go back. Let's go back to the cage. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I know my storytelling abilities aren't the best yet, although I do plan to make more videos like this in the future about my experiences getting reptiles, because I do plan on getting more. And I do have another big exciting video for you guys to come in April. It's a big announcement. I'm cross my fingers, everything all goes smoothly, but quite big and I'm quite excited for you to make that video for you in April. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please again subscribe down below so I can reach my 1,000 subscribers and apply for the YouTube partnership program. And if you subscribe, you can see all my videos that I'm going to make in the future, which I have quite a few planned out for you about Carlo, chameleons, reptiles in general. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching. Bye!